Talked about my visit to New Zealand and summing up, meaning finishing this leg of my life's journey before going to the next. So what's the lessons learned, things like that. And then I just looked at my, what I call the black dot exercise. And let me just share this with you. So I've been going through this for years. And what it does is something like this. And what it shows is the activity of what I do, like how I sleep and how many times I go to pee during the night. Exercise, what is this one? My eye drop, how I do it, and I do the exercise, that's one. And the meditation and things like that. And then on the right is the comment of what I have done, what I noticed. On the left is the black dot if there's any major event noticeable. So the first is December. I don't see any negative one, except there's one black dot. It talks about the mistake I made rushing to dive and fish. And it doesn't look like a major thing, but it looks like at least the one black dot I noticed. It's related to the hobby, not the major one. So in January, this is the January one, there are more things. And there are lots of diving activities, which I thought was important, but then there are two black dots on the 9th and the 10th of January. And that's sign here says condo, not the large black dot, just a tiny dot. But that's the time, on the 10th or 11th or around there, the condo burned down, so I lost my condo. But it shows that I was not affected much. It was interesting. Maybe I have enough stock, living my life, and this is still the big chunk. But, things happen. And I heard the fire going on. My friend sent me text that the fire is going on. So for some reason, I retain calm attitude, but little two black dot. And there's a black dot, the bigger one, two of them toward the end of January, which is bigger than the condo, interestingly. This is related to the computer glitch causing some trouble. Other thing I noticed here is that this is when my YouTube had a visit of many people because someone noticed my work for 18, 19 years and saying that I don't have many visitors, yet I keep posting my video. So because of his referring to me, many people visited. But I didn't say anything about it. But I have a note saying that there's some big event happened that I remember even taking a picture of the number of the subscribers going from about 2,000 to 9,000. And then kept on going. Okay, so that's January. February, I have few black dots. Not clear what was the reason. Not the major black dot. Some muscle pain. And there's one here. I forgot to turn off the gas at the kitchen. But I didn't put the black dot on that one. I think that is worth the black dot. And the other one, I wrote here I bit my tongue, and I thought that's not good. Otherwise, everything looked good. In March, what are the case here? Well, there are some issues. There are like a 5 or 6, maybe more. And if I go through it, yeah, this is more of a health related. My back, the balancing was not good. And there was my, how do you call it? Hand pushed in the wrong way. And then I bit my tongue again. So I must be rushing on something, not taking care of certain things. There's an issue that can be seen as a potential, even conflict that caused by certain action by someone, which I thought maybe I need to tackle on that one. So this is not anything interesting for myself, but for the sake of like the society's way to function well, I may have to take certain action. So that's the beginning of my working with the AI to orchestrate this process, to gather information, package it. So that caused certain number of dot. Another dot down below, but not the huge one, tiny dot. But related to AI, I see one dot and another dot, computer related issues. Computer AI related issues need to be addressed. So that was March. Other than that, the health-wise, I noticed my heart was pounding at one point. And then I wrote down, I tend to get tired. Maybe I'm worrying or something, maybe related to the other issue I talked about, that in the society's impact of certain action, that whether I should get into it. And I didn't want to go into that direction, but I start to wonder how to deal with that. And then, yeah, heartbeat. Usually I don't have much of a heartbeat issue. I'm good, but maybe tired, and maybe I was sensitive about this, possibly legal issue that I may want to process, which is usually not my kind of thing to do. I like to be peaceful, but by talking with AI, I decided to move on for the sake of the society's learning certain lesson. But it, again, taking lots of time and energy with computer, because I have posted few of them. AI cannot process certain information because they have the problem with the long-term memory and some resource constraint. So that took me lots of energy. But it was also a learning process for me, because AI's impact to the future is very important, and therefore I was very much concerned about how the people may be prepared if they can. So this was very helpful, but also my own learning, in the sense that as I see AI to interact my thinking, doing things, by dialogue, having a dialogue is like having a mirror in front of me. They've got supposedly lots of good memories, which wasn't the case, and I have to train them how to do that. But still, it's like a father or the father and the son relationship in this case. If the son or the AI is not performing well, I need to kind of guide them and find so that I can see the limitation and what can be done. So that really took lots of time, and that may be the reason of my heart beating or getting upset about. Yeah, I think that is feasible around that time. Yeah, that's not so usual. So that was March, and today is the April 17th. So if I look at April, I have a couple black dots just yesterday and today. I know this one is related to AI, but it's not the major issue. So, summary of black dot exercise. There's a sentence or the phrase that the brain fog. I felt something is it's a cognitive issue of how my brain functions and maybe related to AI. There's some feeling I had, and I didn't know the word brain fog, but it's like losing the acuity or clarity of your thinking. So I think it happened but I figured out, look like when my posture is not right and my neck is not in the right position, like, laying down and doing the computer work, that can cause that. So far, it's not just, it's not a major issue, it looks like, but being sensitive about at the old age, like a biting tongue and losing the balance, falling off. I'm just monitoring the process of how I'm living life with a black dot, and that's the summary of it. So whether this is going to help you or not is another story. But what I wanted to share is that I've been doing this for 20 some years. And early on, I monitor the time I spend for meditation. But after 15 years or so, I stopped doing it. And it changed to a different format, but essentially monitoring how I'm living my life. And if there's an upset feeling, I put the black dot. That's as simple as that. And to notice if there's any tendency that is to be addressed. So that's daily progress that I do. And then I have a quarterly, every 3 months or so, to check how I'm doing, life profile idea. It has more holistic and longer range issues that I discuss. So far, most of those ideas is like a process control, how I'm living, and if there's a issue that is beyond the normal range, like a process control outside the range, then I put the black dot to expose the problem. So that's what I do. Maybe you don't want to do it, but I thought I'd just share this. To see how I'm living as if having a mirror. I have different mirrors. Black dot, life profile, talking with AI, and the feedback from the people, friends, and on the YouTube. And in the process, I may understand what I'm doing if I can synthesize those ideas to be healthy mentally and physically, and have the mission that I have, along with this life profile idea of may all beings be happy, and my mission related to that, and the process, and incorporating those. So, just a reference of maybe a nutty, crazy guy with perhaps management experience or engineering and quality control kind of concept, and be in tune to connecting to the heart. So that's what I do. Thank you. If you have any comment, let me know. If you say, I'm just a nutty guy to do this, that's just fine. If I can help you entertain yourself, that'll be good too. Thank you.